My name's Kyle, and today we're going to be doing a whisper. This song is relatively simple as it's very repetitive, and there are only 7 or 8 chords total. This is my interpretation based off the sheet music book by Hal Leonard. I will leave a link to that in the description if you're interested in checking that out. But again, this song is very rarely played live. I think it's only been played live a number of times, and to my knowledge, Chris has never played this on the piano. So it's kind of just, again, my interpretation based on that sheet music. Alright, that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So first we're going to start off with the kind of main chords here, the first chords. And this is, again, very repetitive throughout the entire song. So starting off, here's middle C. Left hand, we're going to play G, D, G. Right hand, you're going to be on B flat, D, A. There's your first chord. The right hand chord is very simple because you're just going to shift this A down to G. And there's kind of your main riff right there. You're keeping that B flat and D the entire time. So there's your first chord for the verse. Your second chord, good news, the right hand stays the same. Your left hand just shifts down to E flat, B flat, E flat. Then you just keep repeating that and looping that for the entire verse. Now, how you want to play this, it's kind of up to you. If you're kind of trying to go for more of a mellow vibe, you can kind of just... I like, kind of coming down, playing G, D, G, and that right hand chord, just to kind of mimic that guitar, You can play it a lot harder if you want. It's really up to you how you play it, You can just play, the top 2 notes. Come down there and play those lower G octaves. Same thing with that second chord, you can play those lower E flat octaves. But especially with transitioning to different chords, I like playing those, every individual note in the left hand followed by that right hand melody there. But yeah, so that's kind of the main chords there for the verse, for most of the song really, but for the verse as well as kind of how to play it. Once you kind of have that down, the rest of the song is pretty simple because it's just new chords, but kind of the melody stays the same. Alright, so moving on to the chorus now, we have a similar thing here on the right hand. Left hander is going to be on C octaves, but the right hand is very similar to that first part. So we have a G, D, F chord. And then we're just going to kind of do the similar thing we did with the right hand in the verses. We're going to shift the top 2 notes down though instead of just one. We're going to shift D and F down to C and E. Left hand stays on C octave, so we just have I hear the sounds of ticking of clocks. Just keep doing that. She remembers you, and then when you get to this part here, when you are lost, or whatever that lyric is, what we can do. What you can do is you can play B flat and D together twice, followed by D and A, or just A by itself as well. So when you are, then we have gone. We just go back to that main chord, that G, And then we go back into the chorus once again. I hear sounds of ticking of clocks. Come back and look for me when I am. Now for this part here, what I personally do just to kind of really emphasize this part as being the end of the chorus, what I'll do, left hand I'll shift down to just E flat octaves. Then right hand you can do the same thing if you want. But what I do here is I kind of go up to this B flat octave up here as well with my pinky. So essentially we're playing B flat octaves in both hands. But I'm just going to add this D in for the right hand. So when you are, and then shift down to A octaves. So B flat, D, B flat, followed by A, D, A. So from the kind of the top of the chorus we have here. So once again. You go right back to that first chord there. Alright, so from this point on, the song just kind of keeps repeating. You have the verse, chorus, whatever it is. But now we get to the bridge. This part is really fun, and it's kind of a similar thing. We have similar chords here, but they're a little bit different. So starting off, right hand, A, D, F, left hand, D octaves. I will say the sheet music book for this part did say to play this D in the right hand. It said to play C. I think D sounds a little bit better to my ears, but that is an option you can do as well, so just keep that in mind. So this is the night turns to day. So again, left hand G octaves. Right hand A, D, F. So we have night, and then on turns to day, the left hand we're going to follow that bass melody, that vocal melody. So night, and then turns to day. What that is F, A, B flat. And then when we get up here to the B flats in the left hand, the right hand, very simple. We're already on A, D, F. All you're gonna do now is just add in this B flat. That's it. So night turns to day. And then I still have these questions. Left hand C octaves, right hand G, C, E. So that's that part right there. We just repeat that, I believe, 3 times, So night turns to day, and I still have no answers, Dun, 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 dun. We go night. So this is the 3rd time. So I still have these questions. And then once again, same thing here. We can emphasize that. And then from here, we just go back into the verse. We have the chorus again, and then we get into the outro. Alright, so moving on to the ending part. This is once again kind of mimicking Johnny's guitar riff, and then the keyboard here in the instrumental version, if you're familiar with that. So what we're going to do is the first chord is F, B flat, D in the right hand. Second chord is E, G, C. And your final chord is just going to be a G chord, D, G, B. So what we're doing for those first 2 chords is we're essentially walking down from the high note to the lowest note, and then switching the chords. So we're walking from D, B flat, F, and then C, G, E, and then we land on that G chord. Just like that. Now what you can do to kind of, Chris Martin if I the chord is you can play the lower thumb note here with that first note, so it would be F and D at the same time, followed by E and C. That just gives it kind of that extra oomph. I feel like if Chris played this acoustically, he would definitely throw in those extra notes there like that. So just like that. So left hand, let's add that in now. So left hand, I'm on B flat, F, B flat. Then once we switch chords, left hand goes up to C, G, C. And then when we land on the G chord, left hand goes down to G, D, G. So left hand once again, B flat, F, B flat, C, G, C, and then G, D, G. And again, you don't have to play this riff, you can play this as just the chords if you want as well, so. These different notes can shift around how you want, so if you want to play B, D, G down here, you can play that instead. If you want to move this B up here, you can do that instead as well. I personally usually go for this one just because I think it sounds a little bit better. So there's kind of that main ending riff right there, and you can do a couple different things with your left hand if you want. You can kind of maybe play individual notes at the same time just to make it sound fancier. Then sometimes what I'll do as well is once I land on this G chord down here is I'll kind of walk up. So sometimes I will be down here on B, D, G. And what I'll do is I'll hit that left hand chord and then I'll play individual notes. So B, D, G. So something like this. up here. So here's middle C. So we're right around this point here. And then I'll jump down an octave and play the same exact thing. But this time, left hand, I'm omitting the middle note. I'm only playing the octaves. So I just kind of tend to switch back and forth between that, so I'll play it higher, lower, and just keep switching back and forth. If you're familiar with the instrumental version of the song, obviously the studio version, it just fades out. The instrumental version, we have like this keyboard sound, and it's like kind of playing the same exact thing. And it starts higher, and then it goes lower. So that's kind of what I'm mimicking here with this kind of piano acoustic version. So I'll do that a couple times, just go back and forth. And to make it more interesting, you can actually even go higher. So go up another octave for the last time and play the same thing. And then finally come way down here, that octave. And I tend to just end on a G chord right there, but I think the instrumental kind of just, it cuts off. It literally just plays that, that C chord right there. And then it stops. But I tend to kind of circle back onto that G chord just to kind of give it that full ending feel. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up with this tutorial. Again, a pretty easy song, and honestly, it's really fun to play, even though this isn't, one of the more piano-heavy or piano-driven songs Coldplay has. It's really fun to kind of take a song like this and strip it back to its just purest form and just kind of play it like Chris would, at a benefit concert, or, even on like the C stage or B stage, just kind of playing something like that. It's really fun, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're still struggling, I will leave a link to the Synthesia lesson I did below in the description, as well as a link to that Hal Leonard book if you want to check it out. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.